Have you ever thought about why so many folks don't last much longer after turning 80? It often comes down to four key factors. Making it to 80 is a real achievement, but staying healthy beyond that takes more than just good fortune. It takes understanding. There are a few slow-moving but serious changes in the body that really start to matter as we get older. Most of us don't talk about these issues until they've already made things harder. They're often hidden, quietly affecting how much energy we have, how sharp our memory is, and how strong we feel before we've even noticed. Today, we'll shine a light on the four main reasons many people find it tough to keep going strong past 80. These aren't just ideas, they're supported by medical research and years of real-life experience. And when you truly understand them, you'll see that it isn't about chasing endless youth. It's about holding on to your strength, your ability to live on your own terms, and your peace of mind for as long as possible. Be sure to stick with me, especially for the last factor. It might surprise you, and it just may be the most important one of all. Let's begin. The first reason, hidden inflammation that makes aging harder. One of the most serious risks to health after 80 doesn't come from outside. It builds quietly inside. Doctors sometimes call this inflammaging. It's a type of steady, low-level inflammation that slowly harms cells, organs, and tissues, usually without clear warning signs. Bit by bit, it wears down the body from within. This isn't like the swelling you see after you stub a toe. This sort begins deep down, building up because of years of stress, eating too many processed foods, restless nights, not moving enough, and sometimes things in the environment. Even though you might not feel pain in the beginning, it affects just about every part of you: your heart, your mind, your joints, your natural defenses. Let me tell you about Peter, who's 81. He never smoked or drank and liked to walk every day. Still, he often felt tired, achy, or cloudy-headed, even though all his checkups looked fine. It turned out he had high levels of inflammation hidden in his body. Not a disease, just a slow burn that had built up over the years. The older we get, the less our bodies can handle this hidden threat. Habits that might seem harmless in your 50s or 60s, such as eating too many snacks out of packages or spending a lot of time sitting, become tougher on you after 80. Quiet inflammation can lead to bigger risks, like memory loss, heart problems, feeling weak, and most of us never know it's happening. But here's the hopeful part. Some of the best things for fighting inflammation are simple and cost nothing. Eating more fruits and vegetables, taking daily walks. Changes like these take time, but each one cools the flames a bit. With less inflammation, you give your body a better shot at staying strong and active in your later years. Second reason, losing muscle, which brings weakness and more falls. Starting in our early 60s, our bodies naturally lose some muscle every year. Once we hit 80, this process speeds up. This slow loss is called sarcopenia, and at first you hardly notice it happening. It starts with small changes. Perhaps jars are harder to open, getting up from your favorite chair takes a little more effort, or you start avoiding stairs. Muscle isn't just about having strength. It helps with balance, protects your joints, and keeps your blood sugar in check. When you lose too much muscle, you're much more likely to fall, get hurt, and lose independence. For example, let's talk about Carl, who's 83. Carl kept a positive attitude and lived on his own, but one day he tripped on the carpet and broke his hip. Until then, he thought of himself as steady and strong, but after the fall, he realized just how much strength he had lost over the years, more than he guessed. What makes muscle loss so troubling after 80 is how quickly things can change. One fall can mean weeks in bed, and those weeks can lead to even more weakness. Next comes the walker, losing some freedom and seeing daily life shrink. The good news, Muscle loss doesn't have to happen so quickly, and in many cases, you can even get some strength back. Regular walking, lifting light weights or exercise bands a few times a week, eating enough protein and gentle stretching all make a real difference, especially if you stick with the routine. You don't need to aim for big muscles, you just want to stay stable, able to move around, and strong enough to do the activities that matter, whether it's tending a garden, grocery shopping, or just getting out of bed safely each morning. Muscle acts as your body's unseen shield, and after 80, it might be the one thing that helps you not only live longer, but better. If these insights connect with you so far, leave a comment with the number 2 to let us know you're here. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you won't miss out on more helpful videos. Your support lets us keep making content to help and encourage you. Let's move on. Reason number 3, not sleeping well, which affects both your body and your mind. As we grow older, sleep changes, but often not for the better. Many folks in their 80s have a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep, or getting the deep, healing rest they need. After 80, the effects of poor sleep become clearer, not just in how you feel, but in how your body works and how well your mind functions. You might start to see small changes first. Maybe you feel worn out during the day, forget simple things, or get frustrated more quickly than before. But behind those signs, something deeper is happening. Sleep is when your body makes repairs. Your brain clears away waste. Your immune system resets itself. When you're not getting enough restful sleep, all these healing jobs get disrupted. Take Mary, who's 85. Waking up a few times each night seemed normal to her, just part of aging. But as time went on, she noticed that her memory wasn't as good. Her energy slipped, and she caught colds more easily. Her doctor explained that sleep does much more than help you feel rested. It's necessary for both her mind and her ability to fight off sickness. When she worked on her sleep habits, step by step, she began to feel sharper and stronger again. Many believe they just have to put up with poor sleep as they age, but that's not all true. There are steps that really work. Going to bed at the same time each night, cutting back on caffeine and alcohol, letting sunlight reach you in the morning, keeping your bedroom cool and dark and quiet, and adding light movement to your days. All of these help improve sleep over time. Once you pass 80, getting good sleep is just as important as healthy food or safe exercise. It affects how clearly you can think, how steady you walk, how tough your immune system stays, and how much energy you have to enjoy each day. It's not about how many hours you spend in bed. It's about making sure your sleep is truly restful. Focusing on better sleep may be one of the smartest choices you can make for your long-term well-being. Fourth reason, feeling alone and losing the sense of everyday purpose. There is a quiet threat that touches more people over 80 than you might think. It isn't an illness or a germ, it's loneliness. And it goes beyond feeling sad. Being alone can make your body weaker, not just your heart. Research has found that feeling cut off from others and not having a reason to get up each day can shorten your life, even more than some long-term diseases. As people age, their circles can grow smaller. Friends might pass away. Children or grandkids move far away. It becomes tougher to get out and about. Before long, many older adults spend more and more time by themselves, not just alone, but also feeling left out. Think about Greg, who's 87. His wife passed away 6 years ago, and his grown children now live in other states. He fills his days with TV, simple meals, and keeping the house neat. But he says there are days when he doesn't speak to another person at all. What he misses most isn't conversation or noise. It's feeling important to someone, feeling like someone is waiting for him, or knowing he has a purpose. Humans need connection. Past 80, as roles in work, caregiving, or the community fade, the bigger loss isn't just contact with others, it's losing a sense of who you are. That feeling of why bother today can feel heavy, and after a while it really affects the body, the mind, and the desire to take care of oneself. But purpose doesn't have to be something big. Simple things can bring meaning. Watering your houseplants, sending a note to family, calling a friend in the morning, feeding birds outside, or helping a neighbor with a small task. These small moments help you find rhythm and joy. Reaching out to others, even if it feels awkward at first, can bring comfort to both sides. There's a difference between enjoying some time by yourself and feeling truly alone. Finding contentment in quiet is a strength. But when someone starts feeling invisible or not needed, even their body can feel it. So if you're past 80, or love someone who is, ask, what brings a sense of purpose each day, and how can you protect that like you would your medicine? Because in many ways it truly is. If you're still watching and these thoughts are meaningful to you, please leave a comment with the number 4 below. And if you haven't yet joined us by subscribing, I encourage you to do that and turn on the bell so you don't miss future videos. Your encouragement means a lot to us and helps keep this work going. Now, a few final thoughts. If you're still with me, take a quiet moment to reflect, not out of worry, but for greater understanding. Living past 80 is something to treasure, but it's the truth that many don't reach that age feeling their best, not from neglect, but because they didn't know what was happening quietly behind the scenes. Inflammation, less muscle, poor sleep, and loneliness often slip in bit by bit. By the time we see the challenges clearly, a lot of harm may already be done. But learning about these things gives us power. The goal here isn't to create anxiety. It's to give you tools and reminders that making small, steady changes still matters. The choices you make this week, this month, and this year can all shape how you feel, move, and think far into your 80s and beyond. So, what spoke to you the most? Was it how silently inflammation can set in, or how easily strength can fade without regular movement? Maybe you're reminded that sleep is more than just closing your eyes, or that staying socially connected is as important as any treatment. No matter which point connected with you, don't just let this be another piece of information. Let it be the reason to care for your body, your mind, and the meaning in your life, every day. Remember, growing older isn't about slipping away. It's about narrowing your focus, protecting what matters, and letting go of what doesn't. You've earned the chance to live this stage with wisdom and with strength. You deserve nothing less. Thank you for being here with us today. We'd love to hear what you took away from this talk and how you might put it to use in your own life. Your messages mean a lot to us, so please share your thoughts below. They encourage and inspire us every day. If you found today's discussion helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit. Your ongoing support allows us to keep offering information and support that can make a difference. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you again next time.